Welcome to Game Night tonight for another game unboxing. In this game, Marvel's Villainous. So if you've played the Disney Marvel Villainous, oh, the Disney Marvel Villainous, oh my goodness. The Disney Villainous game, it is awesome. I love that game. They've done a Marvel edition here, and we're going to crack right into it to see which characters they have. They've done a little spin-off, obviously using the different characters. You got Thanos, Hela, you got Ultron, the Killmonger, and the Taskmaster. Wow. So it's going to be very similar to the original Villainous, but obviously with the Marvel twist on it. So as always, you're going to have the instructions here inside that will show you all the game components, the setup that you need to do, how you're going to win, the movements, everything like that. So types of actions, everything that you're going to be doing to be able to play the game. But it is all here, and I am excited because I love the Villainous games, as you've probably seen on some of my other unboxings as well as different playthroughs and everything. I love the games. Already, the pieces, oh my gosh, so good, so good. Oh wow. So they're nice little plastic pieces. They're not like the clear pieces like you see in the original Villainous game, but still very, very cool looking. Oh, so good. I do like that they always have like a specific twist to them. Like you can tell that that's Thanos. I mean, look at his gauntlet of power. It's awesome. I'm going to put those back where they belong, or at least I think they belong. That's the one. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Switch. Perfect. I really like that one the most. Well, you got your power tokens here that you're going to be experiencing throughout the game. It looks like, whoa, are they like multiple, double-sided? I'm not sure. So let's check these out. So just different colors. So you got different kinds of power, I guess, based on which player you have. You got some black power. You got the green, sea green ones that have the helmet. I don't know. And then it looks like you have like a +1 here on that one. I'm not sure what each of these does. I am excited to see what the twist is in this game, if any, or if they're just doing the play with the Marvel characters. But of course, you're gonna have your villain guides. Yes, getting into it, love it. I'll pull this out for the time being, just to take a look at them. You've got Hela's villain guide right here, right? So in the villain guide, you're always gonna have an explanation of what your objective is. You're gonna have and all the explanation of the different cards that you're going to be needing to obtain that objective and complete it. So right there you have Hela's objectives. You got her soul marks that she's going to do. So she's the one that has the turquoise-ish tokens, and she's the goddess of death. She's got different cards that she needs and the things that will help her best achieve her objective. And once she does that, then she wins the game. Obviously, other people are going to be throwing the heroes in against them. There's the Taskmaster. I'm loving this artwork, though. It looks so good. But his objective, he's got his different things. Yeah, I'm getting really excited to play this game. We played Villainous not too long ago. I think it was a few days ago, honestly. And I love the game. I just love it. And the fact that we're throwing in the Marvel universe is even better. You got the Killmonger. Oh, yes. So good. So there we have it. Get all these guys. There is an expansion to this Villainous, the Marvel Villainous. I believe there's one right now. There might be two. But they've got a ton for the original Disney Villainous. So you just got to keep an eye out because they're going to keep coming out with more Marvel villains and everything. You got Thanos, of course. Loving the artwork. Looks so good. So obviously I think he's going to have to come up with all the Infinity Stones for every single player or something. Wow. He has a fun little thing to go through there. And then he's got his different fate cards that are coming in. The fate cards are the heroes that people throw into your realm. So you got Ultron. Obviously, Ultron's going to have like Iron Man coming into his realm. He's going to have different Avengers that are going to pop up to try and take him down. It looks like it's going to be a lot of the same kind of, I guess, similar Avengers that are going to pop up as the ones that come in the fate cards here that they're going to be thrown into their realm. But you know, it's how it is. I mean, they're all Marvel characters, so you're going to have it. Of course, you're going to have the player reference cards, so it's going to tell you what each of the symbols mean that you're going to be having on each of your locations, and then who each character is. I guess that comes into play later, but it will always outline the villain objectives for each villain. So you got Hela's, you got the Killmongers, Ultrons, Thanos, and the Taskmaster. So you're going to have that villain objective. So your objective is not hidden to the rest of the players. They know exactly what you're up to, and they're trying to keep you from it. So those are all the villain reference guides and everything, as well as the reference cards. And obviously, we have our power holder here. Put these back in while we move on to the individual boards here. So we've got Hela's board. Soon Odin and all his holdings shall be mine. So it always flips out. You've got the whole board here, and then obviously all the different symbols that will activate based on where you have the Hela character. It will bring up the different activities or activations that you can actually do, collecting more power, playing cards, activating cards, etc. And a lot of these different locations are important for how you play out your game as well. We've got the Taskmaster here, loving it. We've got the Solomon Institute training room, armory and camp, Hammond. But oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be great. So yeah, all the fate cards that are gonna come in, and they're gonna block the top 2 or 1 of your things up there, of your activations up here, so it makes it harder for you to actually complete your objective. So each realm looking good based on different things in their movie, because you got the Killmonger from Black Panther, you got the Warrior Falls Institute of Technology, the Great Mound, and the Golden City, and they're in Wakanda, looking good. Of course, he's going to be attacking there, and you're going to see the Black Panther in his realm. And of course, Thanos, you're basically going to see every single person. Really funny. So he's got all of his stuff here. He's got the Sanctuary 2, Titan, the Infinity Well, and Nowhere. So it's looking like his is more just where he had to go to get the different Infinity Stones, etc. But Thanos, then you got Ultron. I love that they have a quote from each of the villains here, so it's kind of fun to look at. But you got the Research Lab, Manufacturing Array, Reconfiguration Base, and Stark Industries Industrial Complex. Reveal Age of Ultron. Wow, that sounds like really, really simple, but it probably is not, as it always is. All right, so these ones, we're going to get into, you got the Hela's artwork here. Okay, I'm going to crack into these. They're supposed to be like the easy ones, the easy peels. Sometimes they're not, so we'll see how it goes. Working out for me today, which is nice. So I'm going to toss those there. I'm going to go through these cards kind of quick. So if you want to slow them down, go ahead and feel free to do that in the video. But we got all the different, it looks like the white ones are always going to be the Fate. So I'll do the Fate first. So these, the Fate ones, wow, it's different. Because you got Hela's cards are different from the Fate that go with Hela's cards. That's interesting. And maybe they're all the same. I don't know. Interesting. Because in the past, it was just a white one with the same background for the original Villainous game. But now they're different. So you have the Fate tokens, which have all the Avenger symbols. But then you have Hela with her specific, like her horned helmet that she wears all the time, her knives and everything. So interesting. We'll see how that comes into play. But you got the Fate cards for Hela. You got the Fate Intervenes. You got a couple of those. Revive Souls. Got a couple of those. Odin Force. Angela. Balder. I don't know what's happening in the background, to be honest. Valkyrior. You got 3 of those. And the Conquer Valhalla. Interesting. So you got those are her Fate cards there. I'm going to set her aside right there. And then for her actual cards, you got the Draugr Swordsman. You got a bunch of those. It looks like they're your good allies. You got the Fenris Wolf. You've got Leah. You got the Midgard Serpent. You got Disir, or Disir, whatever Disir. A bunch of those. Got Death's Embrace. And you're going to see a bunch of these cards multiple times because they're supposed to help you get through your deck and everything. So Hell to Pay. You got Marked by Death. Man, it's so dark, so much like a villain Price of life. Nice. And the soul for a soul. Got a couple of those. You got the Knight Sword with its individual activation to be able to do that. And the Hand of Glory, which does the same thing. Oh, Hela's Bidding. And last but not least, the Raising the Dead. All right. So there are Hela's cards that come together in that pack. Oh, man, we've got so many here. All right, so moving on to, it looks like we've got the Ultron's cards right here. Looking good. Looking good. Okay. Ultron's cards. We will start with the Fate deck. Again, it's like, I don't know if they're all the same. No, it's not all the same. So that's why they have the different symbols for which cards go with which, because on the front side is where you're going to see the symbol of who it is, whereas on the back side, it's just all of the Avengers hitting you up. So we got Wonder Man, you got the Wasp, you got Scarlet Witch, Mockingbird, you got Hank Pym, Deactivation Switch, got a couple of those, Molecular Rearranger, got a couple, 3 of those, and Invasion of Stark Enterprises. Interesting. So it looks like there's an event, and it looked like there was a similar event in Hela's. So that was interesting that they've changed that up a little bit and have an event card there instead of just heroes and stuff that come in. So Alchema. Duplicate Sentry. You got a handful of those guys. You got the Flying Sentry. Going to get a handful of those guys. Giant Sentry. One of those. A Heavy Attack Sentry. Few of those. Jocasta. The Encephalo Ray. I don't know, something like that. Every contingency covered. You got a couple of those. Reconfigure. You got 3 of those. Assimilate Knowledge. You can do a couple of those. An assembly line right there. Got a couple of those as well. Impervious Alloy. 1, 2, and 3, 4 of those. Technoforming is our final card in there. So artwork is great as per usual with the Villainous games. I love the artwork, so it's fantastic. Moving on to the Taskmaster here. Oh my gosh, these are so good. Whoever did all the artwork and everything and planned everything out to make it coincide with the different characters, I love it. I love it. They did such a good job. Love looking at it. Okay, again, the token, the symbol that symbolizes which villain it is. We got the Found by the Avengers, Found by the Avengers, Found by the Avengers, Found by the Avengers. You got the Solo. You got Scott Lang, Ant-Man. You got Butterball, of course. Scarlet Spider Clone. You got 1, 2, and 3 of those. And then another event. This one's the government work. Interesting that they've put these event it's going to play a different factor in there. I don't know if those events can keep reoccurring or if that's just at the end of the Fate deck or what. I have no idea. All right, in his deck we have Anaconda as one of his allies, the Blood Spider. You got Crossbones, nice Death Shield, Diamondback. You got the Trainees. Going to have a few of those, of course. You got the Jagged Bow. You got the Black Ant. Redeploy, you're going to have a couple of those. Shadow Initiative, 1, 2 of those. Conduct Exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Trainer for Hire, got a couple of those. Taskmaster's Bow, the Taskmaster's Shield, Taskmaster's Sword, the Training Academy, where you're going to train all your bad guys, of course, and the Training Dummy, nice. The Lesson Plan, and Photographic Reflexes. Oh, it's a specialty card. I like that. That's kind of cool. Wow. Fun stuff there. So we are, you think we're almost done? We're not. We got so much more. That's why, because we have, yes, we've already gone halfway, well, more than halfway through, but it looks like Thanos' cards, or all of them, I don't know. These are a thicker cardboard card that has stuff here. And I'm guessing that's why when you play as Thanos, you have to collect all the different Infinity Stones. You're You're gonna have like the Mind Stone, the Reality Stone, the Time Stone, the Soul Stone, the Space Stone, and the Power Stone. And my guess is that, interesting. So these come into play obviously for Thanos' objective. He has to get all of those to be able to accomplish and win. These are all thicker. They're actually, all of them are thicker, but I think it's interesting that he has his own set, and then he's got Claw, and then on the back side it says Challenge for the Throne. Interesting. Okay. So these might all come into play into the different realms of the different villains. So you got Control the Mind. So this is going to be for the Black Panther. I can't even think what his name is right now. But you got the Minds Are Lost on one side. You got to Control the Minds. So it looks like that it's going to start on the different locations probably. And then as you do transformation, it's remove 2 sentries from your domain to reveal this tile. So like as you upgrade, so it's a different upgrade for you to be able to do your transformation. That is so cool. And then optimization. So some of these play into some of the villains. Others might not play or have any of these, but you have another upgrade for Ultron here. You got his ultimate and his upgrade there. And then Age of Ultron. So this is the one that it looks like it's, that is expensive. Costs 12 to get, but you can upgrade, and bam, you could actually do that and win. So that's where the Ultron deck would be a little bit challenging there, but still tons of fun. Of course, your objectives, like some of them, you feel like they come easy, but then other people are throwing stuff at you, which make it super challenging. That's how the cookie crumbles. And we got Thanos' cards. Moving on to him. Okay, so who does he have? We've got his Fate. His fist, obviously, to indicate that it's his Fate deck. It says, what did it cost? What did it cost? A stone is found. 1, 2, 3 of those. Adam Warlock. You got Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy. You got Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. Nebula. And his event, Sacrifices Must Be Made. Not Gamora. Don't choose Gamora. Okay, well, it wasn't Gamora because it was, Black Widow. And then his artwork, of course, he's got the crumbling of like all the planets, and then you have the Infinity Stones over here, just good. And then his iconic helmet, and then line chin. I think it's funny he has lines in his chin, but all right, the Black Dwarf. We've got the Corvus Clave, Ebony Maw, the Legions of Thanos. And obviously, you're going to see all these from the comics and everything, and from the movies. If you haven't seen those, they're great. Proxima Knight. You got the Black Swan. You got Small Price to Pay. 2, 3 of those. You got Consult the Well. You're going to have a few of those. He likes to consult that well. All right, Warp Reality. Got a couple of those. Deliver Judgment. 1, 2 of those. The Mad Titan. 1, 2 of those. Death's Favor. 1, 2, 3 of those. Taste of Cosmic Power. 1, 2, 3 of those. And finally, Space Throne. Dang. I don't know what that does, but that looks pretty cool. All right, there's Thanos' cards. Got 2 more packs. We are on to the Killmonger. That was his name. I couldn't think of it earlier, but the Killmonger from Black Panther. Love his mask. Mask is pretty sweet. All right, let's do his Fate deck first. Okay. Fate deck is iconic mask to indicate that it's him. Black Panther. You got Dora Milaje, or Milaje. I don't know. Everett K. Ross. You've got Hatut Zeraz, or Zerez. Zeraz. Okoye. Then Shuri, of course, his sister. Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever. And then you got the Stolen Antiquities as the event in his deck. So you got those as his Fate deck there. And then his artwork, love it. You got his mask and all the spears from Wakanda. You got the Ooh, the sword there, and then the waterfall, obviously, where he takes on the Black Panther in the movie. All right, you got Dog of War. Go, ooh, 3 of those. You're going to have the king, 1 of those, a knight, a rook. So it's all based off of chess here. And Wakabi. You're going to have execute plan. 1, 2 of those. Killmonger's fury. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those. You got the taunt. 2 of those. The explosives. Oh, a few of those. Hacking rig. Got 1 of those. Weapons cache. Got 2, 3, 4 of those. A wound. 2 of those. Armored rhino. Sweet. The heart-shaped herb. Overpower. Rage of Kililuna. And Stolen Wisdom is his specialty. Sweet. Good cards there. So excited to play this. So those are the 5 different characters, and then we're getting into, looks like these are Fate event. It's like a Fate event deck. Interesting. Or it has other stuff. Okay, so looking at this, we got some events here. We've got the Avengers Assemble. It's just a Fate. I don't know if these get shuffled into people's Fate decks or what, but you got the Avengers Assemble right there. You got the Lockdown at the Raft, the Helicarrier Alert, Protected Vibranium, and then we're moving on to something else. We got more heroes here. We got Black Widow, of course. We're getting into the Avenger deck. Captain America, of course, and then you got Captain Marvel. You're going to have the Falcon, Hawkeye, the Hulk, Iron Man, Nick Fury, She-Hulk, Thor, and Vision. So you're going to have the whole Avengers team right here. I don't know if you just like mix them into everybody else's Fate decks based on who all is playing, or if this is like a separate Fate deck of its own. But that looks a little bit spicy and a little more challenging and difficult because they are going to wreak havoc in your realm as you are trying to complete your objective. I'm going to put this face up so that I remember. But there you go. You got the Killmonger's deck. You've got Thanos' deck. You've got Hela's deck. You've got Taskmaster's deck. And you've got Ultron's deck with their individual different things that are going to happen in their realm that help them with their objectives. But obviously, you're going to have other people playing against you, making it harder to actually complete your objective. But all of that with their boards and domains and everything with the instructions makes up this Marvel Villainous game, Infinite Power with Thanos. I am so excited for this game. It's going to be awesome. I love the Villainous games, as I've stated so many times already in this video, but they are so good, so worth it. If you like the heroes of a video or like a comic or anything like that, man, Villainous does a great job of actually amplifying the villains and make you like pay attention to them and the things that they were doing, because we always think about the heroes, but man, give the villains some credit in these movies and the comics and everything. They're so good. But there you have it for Marvel Villainous, this unboxing. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for future notifications on all the videos that will be coming out. But we will catch you next time on Game Night Tonight.